Hey, what's up? It's Zach. I'm the founder of Live a Great Story, and Live a Great Story just turned 8 years old. So first of all, I wanted to say thank you for being part of the inspiration. I never thought that it would come this far. It's crazy to think that this all started with some red spray paint and a little bit of street art, graffiti, and just an inspiring message. People started taking photos of it, sharing it on Instagram. And now, 8 years later, this inspiring message has reached millions and millions of people around the world. And it's literally all because of you. Thank you so much for buying shirts, stickers, flags, hats, giving it to people, taking it on trips, sending in your photos. That all creates stories. So when you do that, when you gift some Live a Great Story gear or take it out into the world or, put it up, take a photo, that reaches people and that creates a story. And those stories end up sometimes coming back, and then we share those, and it kind of creates this cycle of inspiration. And so thank you for being a part of it and spreading the Live a Great Story message. So I wanted to hop on here because most people think that Live a Great Story is maybe a big company. There's lots of employees, there's lots of people behind the scenes, and there's really not. So this is the Live a Great Story warehouse, which is a storage shed behind my house. So it's in my yard, literally right next to my house. Up until about 2 months ago, this was in my living room. So built this shed to kind of get some space and have some freedom from all of this craziness in here. But yes, it was in my living room. But so I wanted to kind of hop on and just share a video, first of all, of gratitude for the Live a Great Story journey, and then kind of show you a little bit about behind the scenes, and also talk about what's coming up, because now 8 years later, there's some interesting things happening with Live a Great Story. So I just kind of wanted to share a video. So let's jump into it. So how did Live a Great Story start? Live a Great Story started because I bought a one-way ticket when I was 22, so literally 10 years ago. I bought a one-way ticket to Europe, and I ended up traveling for 7 months. And through that, I couch surfed, I hitchhiked, I stayed at hostels, and I just met people from all around the world. And we had these really amazing conversations about life. So when you're, cooking dinner in a hostel and you're talking to people from this country or that part of the world or this region, you end up kind of collecting these bits and pieces of life from these different areas. And so I was really inspired by that. And I realized that even though they're from a different part of the world, I'm from here, they're from there, we speak a different language, we have different backgrounds, religions, languages, all of the different things that are different. At the core, we're all just trying to live our own great story. And when we step into that power, that inspires other people to do the same. And so I was just kind of inspired by that idea. I grabbed a can of red spray paint when I got back to Austin, and I spray painted Live a Great Story on a wall here in Austin, Texas. And people just started taking photos of it and sharing it to Instagram. And it started spreading and spreading. I made a couple stickers, made a couple buttons, made some shirts, printed them in my house with my buddy in the beginning, and the message just kind of started spreading. And now 8 years later, it has kept spreading and has done all sorts of cool things to so many amazing people. So thank you for being part of that spread. Over the course of Live a Great Story, I've tried so many different things. So I had a podcast, I've done, shot over 100 videos. Actually, the podcast was started twice, and taking people on trips, international trips. We've hosted tons of events in different cities, in Philly, in Austin, in Miami, in California, in different states. I have hosted different events everywhere, and have sold tons of gear, told a bunch of stories, had a conference here in Austin, have literally tried everything. And so for the last couple of years, I realized that one of the most impactful ways to spread the message and the most sustainable ways was gear. So people putting on a shirt, wearing it out into the world, and someone seeing it, sparking conversation, or someone just getting inspired when they put the shirt on, or they see the sticker on their water bottle, or all the buttons, the hats, the flags, like anything that you put on and you literally wear the Live a Great Story message, it inspires people. And so realizing that, I really dived into the product side of Live a Great Story. So for the last 3 years or so, it's been pretty full speed selling as much inspiring gear as possible. And it's been really cool because, like I said, once you put that on, you take it out into the world, it kind of creates this story. So all the time, literally every single day, someone messages me about how the Live a Great Story message has impacted them, has impacted their friends, impacted strangers who come up and talk to them while they're wearing the shirt. It's pretty wild to see all of the stories. And so for the last couple of years, I've just been really focused on selling gear. Gear is a means to the end of connecting people through stories, because that's really what Live a Great Story is about. It's your story connecting with someone else's story. So you use your story to inspire them, they use your story to inspire you, and it creates this cycle of storytelling. So really, that's what Live a Great Story is all about. And the gear and the apparel and the merch and the accessories is a means to accomplishing that. And this is a small business, so there's only so much I can do when I'm shipping orders, when I'm customer servicing, when I'm designing products, when I'm creating content, managing social media, all of the things that happen behind the scenes. And so I could only really focus on one of the elements, which is really this merch side. But doing that has been really great. I've loved it for the last couple of years, but recently I just kind of realized that I was getting away from like the heart of Live a Great Story and what it's about. And that's really that connection between your story and other people's stories and sharing stories. And it's been really hard, believe it or not, to share all of the stories that come in. It's really difficult because I get so many cool stories, but do I put them on Instagram? Do I send them in an email? Do I have them on a podcast? Do I shoot a video? Like, there's so much that goes into it. And as a one-man team, I really can't do all of that. So I'm trying to juggle all of this. And so what I've realized in like the coming months is that I'm actually winding down on the product side. So there's going to be a lot of changes happening to Live a Great Story products. Honestly, I'm trying to sell everything in here and kind of start from scratch. And products aren't going to be as big of a focus in the future because they're not going to be available all the time. They're going to be limited edition. They're really, I really want the products to be a means to connecting with people through the stories, but I don't want the products to be the main focus. And so they've kind of become the main focus. And even though they're amazing, I really want to wind it down and do more limited stuff and have more higher quality, more environmentally friendly, better design. I'm going to be doing a lot of things just besides the circle logo. So some cool, graphic art style shirts and designs. But those apparel pieces and collections, merch collections, are going to be part of a bigger storytelling. And so I'm not exactly sure what that looks like yet, but I'm going to be kind of slowing down on the merch, making it more specialized and focusing on better telling the stories. And I really don't, I'm still in the midst of trying to figure out exactly what this looks like right now, but I'm thinking that it's most likely going to be a podcast because I love listening to people's stories. I love just being inspired by the variety of stories that people send me, because I have college kids like going to college for the first time, to people that almost died of an accident or cancer or a health issue, or people that just got married, people that just got divorced. We have grandparents, middle schoolers, middle-aged people. I mean, the whole spectrum. We have literally so many different types of stories, and it is so exciting to me. And so I want to share those stories better. And I think that's going to be a little bit of social media, better storytelling around social media, but also I think it's going to be a podcast. So if you're listening to this, the Live a Great Story podcast is coming soon, and I want to have you on it if you have a really cool story. So definitely reach out and hit me back, because I would love to feature you on the Live a Great Story podcast, because your story can have a big impact on people, and I just want to help amplify your story to inspire even more and more people. What else? So what's next with the merchandise side? I'm actually looking to slow it down. So a lot of how you can just go on the website and buy anything right now is not going to be happening. In the future, I'm not going to carry so much inventory. I'm not going to have tons of colors, tons of styles. It's going to be really limited releases. So I'm focusing, like I said, better on quality, better on more design, more specialized products. And so once they sell out, they're gone. So when you're seeing this, and you see something you like, really don't wait on it, because it's not going to last long. It's going to disappear, it's going to sell out, and it's not going to come back. So one thing I'm really excited about bringing back is the ambassador program. So there's been lots of different ways that the ambassador program has lived over the years, and I have tried a lot of different things with it, but it hasn't really been around for a while. And people always ask me, hey, I want to be part of the ambassador program. So I'm excited about bringing the ambassador program back. So if you've thought about that, if you want to be involved in all of this, if you want to help inspire people, if you want to tell stories, if you want your story shared, or if you want to just spread the Live a Great Story message, then keep a lookout for an announcement around the ambassador program. And this is really going to be kind of this hub of Live a Great Story, because for the last couple of years, I've been really focused on spreading Live a Great Story far and wide. But now I'm excited to kind of bring it back, to make it compact and to go deep with it. So lots of people know about Live a Great Story. Lots of people have cool stories with Live a Great Story. But now I'm excited to really condense it and go deep. And that's really where the ambassador program is going to help and be a big contributor to that. So I really would love to get to know you. I mean, there's so many people have Live a Great Story stuff, and I kind of want to hear your story. I kind of want to help amplify your story. I would love to share what you're working on and to just put you around other like-minded people who are also trying to live a great story. So if you're interested in the ambassador program, keep a lookout, because that's going to be happening sometime probably in August, September is the time frame. And it's going to kind of launch in probably September. You're going to get early access to collections. You're going to get your opportunity to share your story. You're going to have some inside behind the scenes look at some stuff that's happening with the community and the business, and just kind of be more of an insider. So I'm not exactly sure what that looks like yet, but I'm excited to bring it back. So if that's something you're interested in, just send me a message, hit me up and be like, hey, I'm interested in the ambassador program, and I'll circle back around with you when it all starts launching. But definitely super excited about the ambassador program. Another thing that's happening is I want to better support educators and nurses in spreading the Live a Great Story message. Those are two amazing groups of people that are making such a positive impact, whether it's at schools or, teachers or, high level educators, homeschool, all the way to nurses in hospitals and helping people to stay healthy, get healthy, all of that. So nurses and teachers are two audiences that I'm really excited to dive more into. So if that's you, let me know, because I would love to chat more about that. And I have some ideas. We're going to do like a back to school sale and the opportunity to like order a custom flag in your school's colors. So if you're interested in ordering a flag for your school, colors and stickers, we can combo stickers and flags and make them custom to your design. So let me know. That's going to be really exciting. It's going to be coming soon. Hey, so one thing that's coming up is I want to offer the opportunity for teachers or parents of teachers to order custom Live a Great Story flags and stickers for their school. And so these are going to be like massively discounted, because I just really want to support educators in spreading the Live a Great Story message in their school and inspiring the youth. That's one of my most favorite parts about Live a Great Story, is when people share that they're giving the stickers to students, they're giving them to students who are graduating, maybe from middle school to high school on, even college. So if that's you, let me know. I would love to chat about how to use Live a Great Story to inspire your school. Another thing I've been doing is hosting story nights. So recently I started hosting these backyard story nights in literally my backyard, and they've turned out to be really amazing, because what the focus is really connecting people through stories. So it's not like getting lectured at by a really long story. It's fast, engaging, interactive stories just with like small groups. And so you're sharing and listening to stories from your peers, and it just ends up being this amazing way for strangers to connect through stories. And it's turned out to be a really cool, fun time. And every time I host it, people come out to me and they're like, dude, you need to do this on a bigger scale. You need to take this to schools. You need to take this to businesses. You need to take this to like leadership groups or sales teams, things like that. So that is coming up. And if you're interested in hosting one of those, or even learning more about that, if you want to bring Live a Great Story into your leadership team, I would definitely love to do that, because when I've done it so far, it's just been really cool to see the response. members get engaged, they feel more connected, they feel more activated in their role in the group, and overall just more inspired about their story and kind of their role not only in life, but how that trickles down into some, like, overall life, but to work, to family, to health, to everyday life. And so these story nights end up being a really cool way to really engage and activate people. So if you're interested in that, let me know, because that's something I would love to help you with. I'm traveling for that, so I've talked to people in different states, so I'm definitely open to traveling and would love to do that. So let me know about that. I don't think I have any more info. That's all I got for today. But I appreciate you coming to hang out, and just super appreciate you being part of Live a Great Story. If you've made it this far in this video, I really sincerely am so grateful, because you've undoubtedly inspired so many people by buying stuff, by giving people stuff, by wearing things. Live a Great Story and you using Live a Great Story have made a massive positive impact in the world. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't, but trust me, it happens. And I am super grateful for you for being a part of this. It literally, I can't believe that 8 years later I'm still doing this, but I'm really excited for keeping it going and for the next steps. I'm kind of scaling it back to probably explode later, but this is something that is a group effort. So thank you for being a part of it, and I look forward to sending another video like this probably at the 9-year anniversary next year. But between now and then, let's keep it rocking, and let's keep spreading the Live a Great Story message and inspiring people to be the hero of their story. Long video. Thank you so much. I'll catch you next time.